The Browns are praising Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders, but is a secret quarterback move coming? Indianapolis. The Browns are saying all the right things about Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders. But is anyone actually buying it? That's the central tension crackling through the latest episode of the Orange and Brown Talk podcast, recorded at the NFL Combine in Indianapolis, where host Dan Labb and Browns beat reporters Mary Kay Cabot and Ashley Bastock dig into whether Andrew Berry and Todd Monken's public praise for their quarterback room is genuine or a carefully constructed smokescreen for something far more significant. Labb kicked things off by giving voice to a feeling that's hard to shake after 2 days of combined pressers. It just doesn't feel like an Andrew Berry move, and it doesn't feel like a Todd Monken, 60 years old, finally getting his shot move to just sort of keep the status quo with that quarterback room. It feels like there's something, they're at least going to try something, whether it's signing Malik Willis, trying to trade for Anthony Richardson, something like that. He said, "You feel it before the stadium lights power on, a low vibration in the air that whispers something different is coming." It's not just another off-season rumor or media hyperbole. It's a shift in the current, a fracturing of certainty. Enter the Cleveland Browns, cornered between promise and panic, caught halfway between reverence for heir apparents and the specter of a quarterback shakeup that could rewrite a franchise's identity. Right now, the Browns are pouring praise on Deshaun Watson, tributes on social feeds, glowing coach quotes, analysts in talk studios singing his arm talent like it's a gospel hymn. They're crowning Watson for his leadership potential, the way he commands a huddle, the zip on his passes. They celebrate his athleticism, the swagger he plays with, and the it factor that doesn't just make highlight reels but rallies locker rooms. In every phrasing, every public headline, they're telling fans, this is your guy. And yet, in the undercurrents of that narrative, like sideline chatter that never makes the official report, is the presence of another name, Shedeur Sanders. Because, let's be honest, when a franchise simultaneously praises one quarterback with the passion of revival preachers and flatters every rising QB star that crosses the sports headlines, suspicion isn't just natural, it's strategic. Something's in motion. Something's secret. Sanders, his last name alone is enough to gag wide-eyed TV hosts into where might he land? Speculation. A young quarterback with talent, poise, and a spotlight that doesn't dim even at night. People compare him to generational players before he's ever thrown a professional down. That's how you know the buzz is real. And so we reach the questions swirling louder with every day of OTAs and minicamp chatter. Is this praise of Watson a smokescreen? A crafted public narrative to soften the blow of what's really coming? A secret quarterback move the Browns only whisper in backrooms and front offices? Why the praise could be real, and what it covers up. No one denies Watson's talent when he's functioning at his peak. He can flick the ball to receivers precisely and with authority. He can improvise when a play collapses. Leadership? At his best, he's magnetic. The Browns have reason to publicly embrace their veteran leader. Stability matters in a league where franchises trade quarterbacks like they were spare tires. But here's the rub. Public support is an asset and a shield. When a team washes social feeds with praise, they elevate expectations and elevate the eventual impact if those expectations aren't met. Praising Watson loudly may be less about faith and more about optics. It keeps the fanbase engaged. It disarms media criticism. It buys time. And if the Browns do have another move coming, whether it's a trade, a draft slip, or a surprise signing, that preemptive praise softens the blow. We love Watson. Don't get it twisted. This is just competition. Depth. A chance to push him to be his best. That's how organizations reframe seismic shifts. Start with positivity, then pivot when the real story breaks. Enter Shedeur Sanders, the X factor no one is talking about out loud. Sanders didn't just come through the quarterback pipeline with pedigree. He carried hype, narrative optics, and a brand into every stadium. He has charisma, the kind networks build promotional packages around. And NFL teams? They're companies. They don't just buy plays, they buy future identity. When I say secret quarterback move, I mean moves that aren't yet announced. Moves that could shock the fan base. Moves that make analysts scramble to update projection models. Sanders' name fits as a pivot figure because he represents two irresistible qualities in today's NFL. Youth with upside. Teams crave players not just for what they did, but for what they may become. Marketability. The NFL is entertainment, and Sanders is a story. If the Browns are playing a deeper chess game, positioning Watson as the public face while quietly lining up a move towards Sanders, the comparison becomes less about who's better today and more about who represents the future of the franchise. The secret move theory, what it could actually look like. Let's entertain a few scenarios. 1. Trade for Sanders. A blockbuster. The Browns swap draft picks or assets with a team holding Sanders' rights. Fans riot. Analysts clamor. And then the organization says, "We praised Watson, but we believe in competition." Instant narrative cover. 2. Draft or acquire another young QB. Maybe it isn't Sanders. Maybe another name emerges. But the pattern is the same. Public praise for Watson equals goodwill. Secret draft scout visits equals preparation for transition. 3. Contract restructure. More subtle. Rather than replace Watson, the Browns could restructure his deal, lessen guarantees, install performance triggers, and quietly elevate a backup stock. Sanders or someone like him could be groomed, no headlines until they have to be. In each case, the Browns have one thing in common. They don't have to confirm the move until they want maximum leverage. And that's strategic genius. Why the silence isn't empty. It's intentional. Front offices leak when it benefits them. Coaches tip insights when it steers narratives. Praise without strategic leaks feels suspiciously controlling. The Browns aren't just saying, "We love Watson." They're setting expectation anchors, painting a version of reality before the real reality gets revealed. Because once you announce a quarterback overhaul, the fans will revolt. Media will scrutinize every play. Pressure spikes instantly. But if you build a story, Watson is loved, respected, locked in, and our leader, then you unveil Sanders or another decision as a planned competitive evolution rather than a panic move. That's how reputations are managed.